Today is Tuesday, November 14, 2023, and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host for today, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. A pleasant morning to all of our listeners here in St. Kitts and Nevis and those in the diaspora. Thank you for joining. Of course, let me give out the numbers early. For those of you wanting to call later on in the program, you can do so at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. We now take a look at the top stories on the international scene, regionally and locally. Now, locally, students and teachers from St. Kitts' secondary and tertiary institutions are traveling to Washington, D.C. to represent St. Kitts and Nevis at the 42nd Model OAS General Assembly for high schools of the hemisphere. Across the region, Prime Minister Gaston Brown has told the, quote, bad eggs, end of quote, at the Antigua Public Utilities Authority's water department that they will be fired if they fail to do their jobs. During an appearance on his weekly radio program on Sunday, Brown said he will start calling out the people that are responsible for communities in Antigua and Barbuda going weeks, in some cases, without water. Quote, if you don't perform, you are going to lose your jobs. That is the reality of it. We are not going to be making any joke with you all, end of quote, he commented. On the international scene, Iceland declared a state of emergency on Saturday over fears of a volcanic eruption after a series of earthquakes. Authorities have ordered thousands of people living in the southwestern town of Grindavik to leave as a precaution. These are the top stories locally, regionally, and internationally, keeping you informed on what's happening in the world today. Now, for today's discussion, I want to take a look at news in and around St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean and the world. And so today's program will be different from focusing on one specific topic. We'll be looking at different news items that have attracted much attention, especially on the regional scene. And I will go into details looking at these news items. And of course, I will open the phone lines to allow you to chime in the discussion. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue the discussion right here on The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Stay tuned.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
And thank him for his wondrous grace. Oh, yeah.
Hi, I am Pastor Clive Saunders, and I am inviting you to join me every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 for Praise on the Pulse, right here on ZIZ Radio. It will be a powerful time of praise and worship unto our God. Tune in and be blessed.
Come on and declare.
Hi children, I am Shalissa Catalia Caesar. Join ZIZ Radio every morning at 7:05 from Monday to Friday and Saturday from 9 to 10 for Totally for Kids. Wake up and be a part of the action.
Yes, you can now. You can do anything if you try. Oh, just try. Oh, my.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Today is Tuesday, November 14, 2023. Thank you for joining the conversation. Before we get into our discussion for today, I want to share an update with you as it relates to fogging. As you know, the Ministry of Health in both St. Kitts and Nevis are monitoring the Ministries of Health in both St. Kitts and Nevis are monitoring the dengue fever, and as such they have implemented fogging schedules in response to that. So I have the fogging schedule for the island of St. Kitts, and I'll just share that for the benefit of the listeners. So this is from November 13th to 19th, but today is the 14th, so I'll share for today. So for today, fogging will be in Molyneux and Phillipses from 5 to 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Connery, The Dump, Connery Village, and Half Moon. That's from 5 to 9 p.m. On Thursday, Monkey Hill and Douglas Estate. On Friday, the 17th, McKnight and Village. On Saturday, Sandy Point and La Valley. And on Sunday, Shadwell, Taylors, and Buckley's. And the times for the fogging, 5 to 9 p.m. So again, for today, Tuesday, Molyneux and Phillipses. For tomorrow, Wednesday, the 15th, Connery Village, and Half Moon. Thursday, November 16th, Monkey Hill, Douglas Estate. Friday, November 17th, McKnight and Village. Saturday, November 18th, Sandy Point, La Valley. And Sunday, November 19th, Shadwell, Taylors, and Buckley's. And the time is 5 to 9 p.m. It says that all communities scheduled for mosquito interventions are subject to change due to inclement weather, increased prioritization of certain areas, and vehicle maintenance. So be aware of the fogging schedule for the island of St. Kitts. And they also received a notice from the Ministry of Health on the island of Nevis. It says that the island of Nevis has experienced an increase in rainfall, which has led to an increase in mosquitoes. Mosquitoes can spread diseases such as dengue, Zika, and chikungunya. Therefore, the Nevis Island Administration's Ministry of Health, through its Environmental Health Unit, is undertaking targeted fogging on the island to aid in the elimination of adult mosquitoes. This activity will continue until further notice. The Environmental Health Unit will alert householders when the vector control officers are fogging in your area. Fogging has the greatest effect when mosquitoes are most active at dusk, that's early evening, and dawn, early morning. Fogging is currently being done in the evening, the time 4:30 to 7 p.m. The Ministry of Health wishes to thank the members of the public for their cooperation. For more information on how to prevent mosquito breeding and or about fogging, please contact the Environmental Health Unit at 469-5521, extension 6631 or 6632. That is a public notice from the Ministry of Health, the Environmental Health Unit in the Nevis Island Administration. So those are the notices as it relates to fogging. It is 12 minutes past, and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. So as I said, we'll be looking at various news items locally, regionally, and on the international scene that have drawn much attention, and to get your views on them. So in St. Kitts and Nevis, the government, or the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, has relaunched or reintroduced the Magic program. And I was reading up on this, and I thought that this was a very interesting program. It says that The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has begun the process of reinstating the MAGIC, the MAGIC program, throughout the schools in the Federation. This was started in 2012 as part of the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force's Community Policing Initiative, called the Mentoring, Advising, Guiding, and Instructing Children program, and it served as an early intervention initiative that safeguarded many youth from falling prey to school deviance. Despite its marked success, it says that the program was ended in 2015. In September of this year, the Ministry of National Security prioritized the government's reintroduction into the nation's education curricula under the leadership of former police officer Lindita Powell. Her team is comprised of both enlisted and former police officers, all of whom are trained MAGIC instructors. The program focuses on youth development from the primary school level through to first form, functioning as a method, decision-making model. The MAGIC program imparts critical life and civic lessons to children. Topics explored include the development of problem-solving skills, conflict resolution, goal setting, drug use and abuse, peer pressure, all forms of bullying, and law and order. Students are equipped with a workbook containing detailed practical scenarios and situations, both for group and individual completion. This is a program by the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force called the MAGIC program, or MAGIC. And this is another initiative by the police force to curb crime and violence in the country. We know crime is everybody's business and it affects us. I was listening to the Dr. Patrick Martin, special advisor in the Ministry of Health, and he was speaking with members of the media, and he was talking about some of the financial implications of murders happening in the country, and that it is the state that usually, pay for whenever they are treating gunshot wounds and all of these things, murders and incidents involving gun violence. And, it was very interesting information and useful information, because I'm not sure how many people were aware of that. From the outside looking in, you just think, well, you show up to the hospital with a gunshot wound and that's it. But the amount of money that goes into that, in terms of the surgery and treatment and medication and all of that, is a lot of money. So it really costs us when these things happen. And so I believe that programs like these should be encouraged and supported by not just teachers and all working within the school environment, but also by parents and members of the community. We cry out and we continue to call for peace in our communities. We continue to call on law enforcement officials to do more as it relates to crime and violence and surveillance and, to prevent these things from happening. But with the reintroduction or with the introduction of programs like these, I think it's a step in the right direction to prevent or to curb crime and violence. You have to start with them while they are young. You can't wait until they're old to try to bend them. I don't think you'll be able to do that. And so this program is seeking to mentor, advise, guide, and instruct children in the right path. And it is being organized and facilitated by the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force. And there are so many other programs that exist that have been initiated by the police force, but it is for those programs to receive the support of the community at large in order for them to be successful. You see, on one hand, we can continue to say that nothing is being done as it relates to crime and violence. But whenever programs like these are launched, we are not supporting these programs, and we are not allowing our children and the people under our care to participate in these programs. If we don't support these programs, then we cannot see positive results. And so I'm using this platform to encourage all of you under the sound of my voice. If you know you have a delinquent child, or even if you have a child and you want that child to let me say not go astray, then put them in this program, allow them to participate in these programs. All right, it is 18 minutes past, and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. We'll begin opening the phone lines, so you can call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916 to get your thoughts and views on this. Crime and violence is a very serious issue that Caribbean countries face, and governments continue to spend millions of dollars on implementing strategies. They continue to invest in their security forces. They continue to do a lot. And of course, we always hear the talk that you can't, there's nothing you can do to stop crime immediately. And we know that is the case. But there are things that you can do to curb crime and to reduce criminal activity in our communities. And that is why we have programs like these. But we have to continue, or we have to, if you're not, we have to support these programs. It is very important. It is necessary that we do so. So again, this is the MAGIC program, and it is mentoring, advising, guiding, and instructing children. Now, also on the local scene, it says the St. Kitts and Nevis to amplify its voice in climate negotiations at COP28 with diverse delegation. And so St. Kitts and Nevis will be represented at COP28. Of course, you know, this is the conference of the parties. And Mr. Capin, we have a caller. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
Smile, I can see you.
Sorry?
Smile, I can see you. No, you call the country name, but I just my mind went. They had over nearly 40 something earthquake.
Iceland?
Yeah, and they're supposed to get some more.
I don't know.
Well, I was watching it too. Anyway, with the fogging, I don't know why they just leave one area to go to the other area. If you're starting in Bastille, go right round. And if you can stop, go around the other side. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
I'm asking you a question. When maybe you don't know, but that is a question I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
When they're fogging, they're going on the trans. They're going straight through and they're going to be fogging, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have any machine that when they come off the truck and go through the alleys them, because Mr. Cornelius in McKnight is very, very dirty, especially the alleys them. They don't just want to drive alone. They want to come off and have something like a thing and go through the alleys them. It might be hard, but if you're doing something, do it properly. Because where I'm living, you wouldn't like to see where I'm living. So the fog wouldn't reach all of them things there. And the garbage them, they cover over. Mm-hmm. So then, not that they will go and lift them up. But if you go through the alleys, they get sufficient. That's all I want to say. If I have any more thing, I'll come back. Thank you.
Okay, Carla, thank you for your contribution to the program. I don't know what type of vehicle they use for the fogging, or if they have something where they come off of the vehicle. But thank you for bringing that. I'll find out, and when I get the information, I'll bring it back for the benefit of the listeners.
Yeah.
We have another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Cornelius. How are you?
I am doing great. And you?
You're doing great. Wow. Well, you used to be so great, buddy. Anyway, I know what the first call is speaking about.
Mm.
When I used to work at the health department, there was one that an individual can hold it. He has a strap.
Okay.
So you put it over your shoulder and you hold it in front like like what you call a weed eater or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then the exhaust, you could point it on the house and whatnot. Yeah, those are designed for walking through alleys.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they have them now, but that would be very useful, and that would make sense.
Yes. Now, I'm going to come. Let me start with this most important one first. Now, if a teacher stand up in front of a classroom, let's say with 40 children in there, and the teacher set out the work on the board, let's say, let me go with sums, arithmetic, or maths, whatever it is, and the teacher just put down the sums on the board. Ain't it the right thing for the teacher to explain to the class how to work it before she tell them work it out?
Yes.
Okay, good thing. That is what you call public information. So now, that is why the whole federation and the people in the diaspora asking the same question for 15 months to the Prime Minister of the country. How many passports have you signed the signature to? Nobody else can sign the signature to the application of a passport or the passport. And we don't know the reason why it takes so long before he could give an answer. He can send you over Southeast Peninsula and tell you go Saddlers, go Newton Gong, and up to now the answer hasn't come yet. So that is a big question out in the air. Now let me go with the police thing now. What you just said here, that there was something in place to deal with the youth, with the police. And it was terminated 2015. Well, there was a panel set up by, it had on a former Minister of Security, National Security, and a good teacher friend there, good in Ital, and a doctor and someone else. And they went around the island having town hall meeting to find out the problems with these youth and what is the best way to deal with them. And out of that comes the Explorers Club in Mali News. And they were doing fine with the children, them.
Yes, I heard about that.
Right.
Yes.
And from this new administration take over, they're done with it. Poof. Done with that. So now what magic they could work again? What magic is politics they're using? If they had a program there dealing with the youth them and the youth them were coming good, why should they come and kill it? Colonel Sanders from Jamaica was here too. And he himself with the commissioner of police and whosoever else, they set up a program and they had hands on the crime. Keep it down. Poof! They run back Colonel Sanders. Well, I hope the magic could work magic, make everybody win the lottery. Everybody want to win the lottery. Anyway, thanks everyone for taking my call.
All right, Colin. Thank you for your contribution.
Okay.
We have another caller on the line. Yes, caller. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes.
How are you, sir?
I am great. What about you?
I'm blessed.
All right.
After Cornelius, you know where you call, right? I was listening to a program yesterday at a different station the afternoon. And I would like to know, it is right that anybody who not born here, are just coming here to live, to make a living, come on a radio program and cuss the past government and Prime Minister? And the host is just there laughing and giggling as though they're doing something good. We cannot go into their country to abuse the Prime Minister. So there was a gentleman from St. Lucia and a lady from Guyana. And it was terrible. And I think it is not right for somebody to come here to abuse any Prime Minister that hold high office here. And we cannot go into their country. And secondly, again, with this fagging thing here, I think they should come around more faster with this fagging because, the mosquito them is rising up now and everything you could go and buy a pop. The fagging is very good to keep them down. And I think they should have two sets, one go east, one go west. In 2 days, in 1 week, they have the fagging going on, so the mosquito and then they won't be able to disturb people as much. You have a good day.
You too, Colin. Thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open. We have another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning. First time I ever calling. What I'm calling for is about the fogging.
Okay.
It seems as though it only comes in reaching all road, but it's skipping out some of the places. At Hummer City, the truck or whatever could come up. It's an alley. You don't come up here. We up here prepare for it the day that it came. And when you look, it ain't came. When I up and down and ask if it ain't come again, it's all the way up Greenfield Road and skip out Franklin and Hermitage. We have a lot of mosquitoes up here.
Mm-hmm. And which area you're in again, sorry?
Huh?
Which area are you in again, sorry?
Hermitage Road. Whole road.
Okay.
We did not come up Franklin, we did not come up Hermitage. Ambulance will come up, fire truck. The other truck will come up, the road is a wide road that it could come. I don't see it isn't any alley that it cannot come. Isn't it I have to buy slate, cobra and all those things? Up to the other day, my granddaughter had this road and I was so sorry for her. You need the fogging of this area up here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Caller, thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. It's 11:29. Do we have any more callers on the line? Yeah, we do. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Devonne.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, Devonne. First, I want to thank God for life. Thank God for the Federation of St. Mary's. And thank God that we are spared again from these deadly hurricanes that was coming to our shore. Because I do not think we as Kittishan and we sparing a lot from these hurricanes. I don't think we thank God enough. I don't think we thank God enough. But I always thanking God, But I mean the other people in this country. Anyway, Brother Devon, I think now is time enough now that when a government get in, I'm going to assess already and assess again. And the farmer government be get out. And then make a program, then the program working for the people, leave the program alone. Let the program work. Brother Devon, this ain't time now too. When you go in there, you try to do things different because you want to say you're sharp and the farmer government who was in there. If something is working, let it work. Government continue. You understand? Government continue. Only ignorant people and politically blended people they want back up a lot of ignorance. When they see wrong things and they want to come out and say what they're supposed to say now. Government continue. This ain't no time to sharp and say, oh, we go in here, we get this done, and we go in there, we get this done in this time and that done and that and the other. If something is working for the people, let it work. You had the Explorers program with the young people, and by what it was working good. You had this thing there with Colonel Sanders, Major Sanders, and Nittal, and some other people on the program. And the program does give that they sort of in the communities and got tongue and meat and them things. You understand? That's why, Brother Devon, I'm not being a political fool for anybody, in this country, When I see wrong, I'm going to speak out against it. Because, Brother Devon, I'm going to tell you, we in a small country, and we are supposed to be so politically blind and ignorant. When we see things going on, we try to speak out against it. You know? I have come in and come across somebody before. How I used to do it? I just call in and the authorities are in government. When things going good, do the right thing. When a government always continue. When a party lose government, the party we're going to continue the government and continue the programs. All right, then, Brother Devon.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. It's 11:32. We'll take one more call and we'll take a break after. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, welcome.
something I want to reflect my mind to. We had COVID. Some persons chose not to take the vaccine. Administration changed. They were fired. Which in fact, they refused to take the vaccine. Administration changed. They got compensated. Okay, now, my case, since 2017, I was bad. I applied for my holiday pay. I was prevented from getting my holiday pay. I was bad. I'm working. I take the matter to the court. I win my case. I can't get me money. You understand what I'm speaking of? An individual says that I teach government money. They take them to court. And they can't prove that. I still can't get me money. I can't understand why the Attorney General behaving how he behaving. Mr. Cornelius, you are the new reporter. I would like you to follow up on this for me, please. Because you reaching to a stage, right? People understand. Man, if I wasn't getting me Social Security pension, I would have been going debtors jail in and out. So then why do they can't get my money to develop my farm? They want to be working for nobody. They want me money. Mr. Cornelius, please. My number is 668-2555. My name is Pashroy Tweed, K-O-S-H-R-O-Y Tweed. I want to know why is it the man since 1991, AK-47 was pointed on me by the authorities in this country, and the Simmons and the Douglas. The man, same thing continued. And the Timothy, I can't work with him since 2017. And it's like continuing still. It's like they want to know, why is it then Israel ain't come bomb me? Is that terrorist? You understand what I'm speaking of? At one point in time, magistrate tell me bring back police in front of he. But I refused because I know what would have taken place after. Police and police in the police force.
All right, caller.
As I said to you, please, Mr. Cornelius, please get in contact with me, please. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge and ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. Stay tuned.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
And thank him for his wondrous grace.
Hi, I am Pastor Clive Saunders, and I am inviting you to join me every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 for Praise on the Pulse, right here on ZIZ Radio. It will be a powerful time of praise and worship unto our God. Tune in and be blessed.
Come on and declare. Hallelujah!
Power Talk. Power Talk is Skellig's radio program aired the first and third Wednesday of every month. Tune in at 9:30 a.m. on ZIZ Radio for the latest information on what's happening at Skellig. Learn more about doing business with Skellig and the services that they offer. Power Talk, powered by Skellig.
Rivers of Living Water Ministries International Inc. invites you to our Connect to Collect conference.
Join Apostle Dr. Debbie Isaac as we feature our guest speaker out of the USA, Apostle Dr. Dwayne Harden.
The Rivers Auditorium is the place to be on the historic weekend of November 16th to 19th. Thursday to Friday at 7:30 nightly, and Sunday services at 9 a.m. and 6:30 p.m.
We will be making history. You don't want to miss it. Get ready. Get connected to all that God has for you to be collected.
For more information, contact us at 869-466-7481. It's your time. It's your season to connect, to collect.
Save the date and see you there.
Welcome back to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Today is Tuesday, November 14, 2023. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls. 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. So welcome to The Edge and thank you so much for joining. We have a caller on the line, so let's take this call.
Good morning, Devon. How are you doing?
Good morning and welcome to the program. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Oh, yes. This morning I want to join Mr. Politics in giving God thanks. Thankfulness is an attitude, you know. An attitude of gratitude. You can thank God in advance for what He's doing and what you expect Him to do. What exactly is your topic? Something, when I tune in a bit, something about youth and mentoring?
No, I am looking at news events in St. Kitts and Nevis and across the region.
Oh, which one in St. Kitts you were looking at?
I was speaking on the MAGIC program, which is being reinstated by the police force as it's a mentorship program by the police force.
How is it different from Young Explorers?
How is it different from Young Explorers? I think there's some similarities to it, but from my understanding, the program is not a new program. It's being reinstated, as I mentioned.
So they're renaming Young Explorers as Magic what?
No, I didn't say that.
Now, what is the new name they're using?
What's the what?
What is the name you said? Magic what?
MAGIC program. MAGIC.
So what will become of the Young Explorers program?
I don't know.
And they should have told you that before. You can't. You understand what I'm talking about, right?
Colin, you have a contribution you want to make to the program?
Yeah, making me contribution.
Well, go ahead and make a contribution.
They have a building, they have over 1,000 young people already registered in it. They already appointed this police, marshal. So what other program is that? All right. When you come back tomorrow, come with the answer. No, seriously, because look, I know you're a very intelligent person, right? And I don't believe you can give yourself up to propaganda. No, I know you're not.
Let me stop you right there. Thank you for your contribution.
I talk about the propaganda.
Caller, let me stop you right there. Don't even go any further. Thank you for your contribution. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls. 465-2555, 718-577-2916. I don't accept. We have a caller? Okay, let's take this call. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning. Hello, caller, welcome to the program. He's on? He's on? The caller's on? No caller? Okay, caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining.
Good. I called a while ago, and he made mention of somebody from outside of thinking, criticizing the Prime Minister and having adverse things to say. But I am saying this. If they are not pleased what's going on in St. Kitts. It is only simple. Book the passport and go back home. Simple. If they do not please with the Prime Minister or the running of this country, go back home. That's all. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. The previous caller asked about the MAGIC program and how is it different to the Explorers Club program. There's similarities. All of these programs are launched by the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. They are mentorship programs, and the aim of these programs is to prevent crime and violence in our communities. I'm not going to get into the politics of what you are talking about, and you're suggesting that there is propaganda. Don't you try that with me at all. So let me make that very clear. If you want me to say it in dialect, I say it in dialect. Me not get into the politics of the program or whatever politics you're trying to introduce into these programs. I am talking about the programs that are being launched by the police force to prevent crime and violence. I don't have an idea of what you're talking about. It is 11:42. We have more callers on the line. Let's take this call. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Yes, sir. Concerning the double salary, I am not aware of private school teachers ever receiving a double salary. We teach our nation's children, and we work just as hard as government school teachers. I am asking that consideration be given to private school teachers in active service and retirees. Thanks very much for acknowledgement of this request by our administration. Thank you.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. It is 11:43. We close at 12 for the ZIZ Midday Newscast. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining. We're looking at news events here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Did not get to on the regional scene, but I had a story that I wanted to share with you guys. So the U.S. Virgin Islands governor, we have a caller. Let's take this call. Okay. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome.
I realize a trend now going on in this federation that people are not supposed to criticize this administration. I realize when people criticize the administration, they are met with hostility. But I question to you, which one of the sector in our country is working properly? Can you point out to me which one the sector is actually showing growth under this administration? Let's take, for instance, tourism. Tourism right now is on the decline. We speak about agriculture. We still cry. We speak about construction, non-existent under this administration. So point to me which one the sector is functioning properly, showing growth, so that we could say that this administration is doing a good job. Thank you for your time.
All right, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution to the program. It is 11:45. We have another caller? Okay. We'll take a pause on the call. So I wanted to share something with you on the regional scene. U.S. Virgin Islands Governor Albert Bryan has formally asked President Joe Biden to issue an emergency declaration on the territory as it battles a water contamination crisis on St. Croix. In a statement, Government House said the declaration, once approved by Biden, will cover a 90-day period from November 15, 2023. It will also clear an additional $5 million in resources for the territory. Governor Bryan's request to President Biden for an emergency declaration is crucial to garner federal support to effectively manage this unprecedented situation. This support is vital for implementing long-term solutions to ensure clean and safe water for all St. Croix residents and restore normalcy in the wake of this environmental challenge, Government House stated. The governor has already issued a state of emergency on St. Croix. Now, during the state of emergency, otherwise referred to as an SOE, there is a cap on bottled water and water truck haulers to prevent price gouging during the crisis. The Virgin Islands National Guard has also been activated to assist local agencies with their operations. There's a water crisis in St. Croix. You know, I didn't even know about it until I read on this last night into this morning. Very interesting. I'm wondering how many people were aware that there's a water crisis. It says here, a water contamination crisis, and they're waiting for a declaration which will cover a 90-day period from November 15, 2023. It's 11:47, and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. The phone lines are open and we'll be taking some more calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. We have a caller. Yes, we have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. I am here again. If someone is displeased what's going on here, and they are not from here, as I said, it's simple. They can go back where they came from. Now, let us look at the crisis in the Middle East, Palestinians, Israelis. They are two different people. And if these people happen to have a building pacing kids, we might end up like the Palestinians and the Israelis. So the authorities right now have to take stock of what's going on. It may not be at the time when we are living, but in the future, our children. So the authorities right now have to look at the build-up of these kind of people in St. Kitts right now. That's my little advice to the authorities. Start to look at it seriously. We don't want to end up like what is happening in the Middle East right now. Thank you very much.
All right, caller, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's take this other call. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you again, Devon. Amen to the last caller there. Amen. All the amen in the world to him. Now, Devon, with this mosquito thing, we know that these mosquitoes are operating like criminals, murderers. They don't care. They have a job to do and they're doing it. And they're succeeding in it. And so, therefore, I am asking everybody, wheresoever the truck do not come, let us go back to basics. We know we used to kill mosquito when we could not afford to buy shell tacks and all them kind of flip. We used to light a little fire in a coal pot and then throw green bush on it and you can create all the smoke you want. And it will kill all the mosquito them around your place. But just have water that when you light off your fire before you try on your green bush, you have water there. That if any spark get away, you kill it quick. Because the truck ain't going to go to a lot of places where they know they can go. I mean, where they cannot go, that's a different thing. We have to accept that. So therefore, go back to basic with caution. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Devon.
Caller, thank you so much for your contribution. Going back to basics. So if the fucking truck is not in your area as yet, you go back to the basics. Don't wait on the fucking truck, and of course suffer the consequences. Go back to the basics and do what you can do to safeguard you and members of your family. It is 11:50, and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you for your contribution to the program. It is now 11:51. The phone lines are open and you can call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. There was a call about making reference to sectors in St. Kitts and Nevis and how they are performing. And the caller suggested that some of the sectors, I'm not remembering all of the sectors that he mentioned, but the sectors, they're not performing and nothing much is happening. I don't have the data in front of me to suggest if agriculture or construction or tourism or whatever. I think that's a question for your representative, for the ministers of government, for the Prime Minister to answer. They have one-on-one discussions in their communities and constituencies. They have press conferences that media reporters attend. So I would direct you to ask them the question. I can't tell you because I don't have the information in front of me. A few programs ago, I presented some information that I got from a consultation that was happening at the Marriott Resort, and it was on it was a consultation with youth in St. Kitts and Nevis, and a presentation was made on the performance of St. Kitts and Nevis in various sectors. I wish I had the information here to share with you, but as soon as I do, I'll do that. But I don't have it now. We have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, I'm back. What the last caller just said, that's not too bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right here, I am focusing on McKnight. Right here, you can light no whole pot and put the bush on it, because place so jam up with so much of old house. Right? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
And more wood and everything can be land them. So that can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a bad idea. And neighbors ain't like neighbors before. We're full of politics. We're not talking to one another. So somebody gonna get this work and somebody ain't gonna get. And we want the whole month to fog in McKnight. Thank you.
All right,
Smile.
you. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution to the program. We're going to finish there with their calls. It's 11:53, and I'm going to begin wrapping up the conversation. But, you know, the caller said something there that kind of stuck with me, and she's correct. Where there's a lot of politics in St. Kitts and Nevis, and that's true. So let's not sugarcoat it or try to play nice with it. There's a lot of politics, and sometimes in everything that you do, in everything that you say, people would be quick to, if you say Mary had a little lamb, they ain't gonna say that Mr. Cornelius said Mary had a little lamb. They're gonna say Mr. Cornelius and who he support, which is really irrelevant, and I could care less, you know. But there's a lot of politics in St. Kitts and Nevis, and that caller who made reference to the programs launched by the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force. And as I mentioned, these programs are aimed at preventing crime and violence, or curbing crime and violence in our communities. And as I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I am not getting into the whatever that caller is suggesting, or whatever politics they know may have taken place. I am speaking to what I know, and I am presenting the information to you. And the article that I referred to, that spoke to the MAGIC program, is from the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service. And this article details what the program is about, the objectives of the program, when it was launched, when it was stopped, when it was reinstated, who is are the people responsible for facilitating the program, the organization or organizations responsible for facilitating the program. Now, I always like to listen to people and allow them to share their views and interest on any topic that we present. What I will not allow any caller to do is to disrespect me. And that is where you cross the line. When you try to disrespect me and try to make assertions and suggestions, no, I'm going to hang up the phone. So let me make that very clear. You come, you make your point, and it could be for and against. That doesn't really bother me, because listening to people and them sharing their different views and opinions, I am open to that. Whether you're for or you're against doesn't really matter to me, as long as you're factual. But when you begin to make your suggestions and assertions and you try to disrespect me, that is where I will stop you. Don't try it again. You've been listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I've been your host, Devonne Cornelius. Before we wrap up the discussions for today, I want to leave a motivational quote with you. It says, if you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Let me say that again. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Dolly Parton. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Take it easy on the road. Pedestrians, please look left and right before you cross. Drivers, take it easy. If you're late, you're done late. You guys have a good one.